Hi everyone and welcome back to our channel. They say the longest roads in the world are in deserts, where the horizon never changes and time starts to feel wrong. Trackers call it dead zones, places where radios fail, GPS glitches and sleep feels dangerous. But there is one rule every driver knows. If you see someone on Route 77, don't stop, no matter what they look like. I didn't believe it until I met them. My name is Daniel Carter. I have been driving long-haul trucks for over 12 years. I have driven through storms, mountains, frozen roads, even places where the road looked like it disappeared into the sky. But nothing prepared me for Route 77. It was supposed to be simple delivery, one night drive, 14 hours, straight road, no stops, no cities, just desert highway cutting through nothing. I left at 4:30 p.m. At midnight I was completely alone. No headlights behind me, no cars ahead, just my truck and the sound of tires crashing endless asphalt. The radio started to crackle around 1:47 a.m. At first it was static, then something worse. A voice, not clear, not human, just fragments. Don't stop. They are still here. Route 77 closed. I turned the radio off. That's when I saw the first sign. A broken billboard on the side of the road. It wasn't supposed to be there. It said, "You are not alone on this road." I laughed nervously. Probably old paint, wind damage, nothing more. Then I saw headlights ahead. A car parked on the shoulder, hazard lights blinking, and beside it a man waving. I slowed down. Something felt wrong immediately. The man wasn't moving naturally. His arm lifted too slowly like a broken machine, repeating a lap. I stopped the truck, rolled down the window. The desert wind was silent. No insects, no birds, no sound at all. The man stepped closer. His face was pale, almost grey. His eyes were dark but not black, like empty sockets filled with smoke. He didn't speak. He just stared at me. Then he whispered, "You are early." I frowned. Early for what? He smiled, but his mouth didn't move correctly. It stretched too far. For the ending, I felt my stomach drop. I looked down for half a second. When I looked back up, he was gone. The car behind him was gone too. Only my truck remained, and the road seemed longer than before. I kept driving, but something changed. The road didn't feel straight anymore. It felt endless. My GPS froze, then restarted, then showed destination I never entered. Arrival Route 77. I checked the time. It was already 3:12 a.m. But I was still moving forward. And then I saw another figure, this time on the opposite side. A woman, standing still, wearing a torn dress, waving slowly. I didn't stop. I sped up, but as I passed her, she turned her head all the way around and smiled. Inside my passenger mirror, I saw her sitting in the back seat. The truck is not empty. I swear that. Look it behind me, empty. Looking back at the mirror, she was closer now. "You can't leave," she whispered. I hit the brakes. The truck didn't slow down. I pressed it harder. Nothing. The steering wheel became heavy, like something else was controlling it. Outside, the desert started changing. Sand turned into asphalt. Asphalt turned into fog. Fog turned into something darker, like something covering the world. And then I saw them, dozens of figures standing along the road, all of them watching. all of them silent, all of them with the same empty eyes. Some were standing beside broken tracks, others were walking slowly toward me, but they weren't walking on the road. They were floating slightly above it, like gravity didn't apply anymore. The woman in my mirror leaned forward. Do you know what Route 77 is? I couldn't answer. My throat was dry. She continued, it's not a road. It's a passage. Every driver who stops here becomes part of it. I shook my head. This is not real. She laughed softly. That's what all of them said. Outside, one of the figures stepped in front of my truck. I should have hit him, but I didn't. The truck passed through him like he wasn't physical, like he was already dead or never alive. Suddenly, the road behind me disappeared. I tried to turn around. There was nothing, just fog, just darkness. My fuel gauges dropped to zero, but the truck kept moving. The woman whispered, you have already stopped once. I froze. I never stopped. She smiled wider. Yes, you did. A memory flashed in my mind. The first man, the one I stopped for, the passenger said. His voice, you shouldn't have stopped. And now I understood. I never saw him alive. He never left, he was still here. The truck slowed down, the engine died. Complete silence. Outside, all the figures gathered around the truck, watching, waiting. The woman leaned closer to my ear. Now you drive for us. The wind chilled, cracked, black veins spreading across the glass. And in the reflection, I was no longer human. My eyes were empty just like theirs. They say Route 77 doesn't exist on maps, but trackers still avoid that area because sometimes late at night a truck can be seen driving with no driver inside. And if you listen closely on the radio, you can hear a voice saying, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop.